Would you look at that? Sometimes life just works out beautifully. Hello besties, welcome back here to my channel. Decided to do a book video because I've noticed that I have never done one of those, and I read like crazy. I read all the time, I'm reading. So I'm like, how come I have never done one of this book review type of stuff? I've decided to come here and do 5 must-read books. Those are some books that I've read recently that I really loved, and recommendation more because I love to watch this type of videos. I'm always on YouTube looking for 5 must-read books or whatever, reviews and book recommendations. So please also leave your book recommendations below because I would love to check that out. Right now I'm reading this book, Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. I started this morning and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I love this type of murder books. This is not a recommendation yet because I haven't finished. However, it's probably gonna be a recommendation because I'm obsessed already. Number 1, let's start with this book, All the Children Are Home by Patry Francis. This book is definitely on my list of my favorite books ever because it's so beautiful and yet so painful, and also trigger warning for childhood abuse and just abuse in general. This book is amazing, and one of my favorite things about this book is how like it's written by every character's perspective, and even more the children perspective. It's really beautiful, really beautiful. Second one is gonna be It's Always the Husband. This one's by Michelle Campbell. Yes, I've read this one when I was in Mexico, and it was my vacay book, and I read it so quickly because it's the kind of book that you cannot put down because you just need to figure it out what happens next. Like whodunit type of book, you know, like you want to figure out what happened and you want to figure out who did it, and it's just like I love it. It's like really good, and also like the ending is just it's a 10 out of 10 type of book. It's really good too. I really love it. Really appreciate this book. It was a really good reading. It's about friendship, and there's a murder and things like that. There's things happening. I can't tell you much, but pretty good. This is the last book I've read, the 3rd one, and it ends with us. You probably are tired of seeing this book around or people recommending. So if you haven't read this book yet, you should, because take this as a sign. Because oh hello, are you chewing on? You're not supposed to be chewing on the plants, buddy. Those are not toys. Because I've seen this book all over. Normally, and let me tell you, normally I'm not the kind of person that like, oh, everyone's talking about this book. Maybe I'll read it. It really depends. I'm not really the kind of person like, oh, it's very popular, I'm gonna read it right now. Because most of the times the stuff that are very popular disappoint me. They disappoint me. But this absolutely didn't. I was very, very impressed with this book because even more just reading like the back of it, I was like, oh, this is probably gonna be a little romancy type of book. Not really my style, and that's what I thought. But I was like, I'm gonna buy it because everyone was talking about it, so I'm gonna give it a go. Amazing book. Totally bit my tongue because it's not a romancy type of book. There is a very strong message behind this book, and it's just amazing. I totally did not expect that this one until the very last page. I was impressed. I was like, wow, mind blowing. Also, a little trigger warning for this one. Abuse as well. So the other 2 books, unfortunately, I don't have with me because I've been moving a lot and I don't have it in this apartment with me right now. It is Firefly Lane. I forgot the author's name. It's gonna be here. This book, I confess that you must know that it's a Netflix show now, and I've watched the show, and because I really like the show, I decided to read the book. And the book is a really thick book, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I'm gonna really like the book, or if it's gonna be like totally, if they made the show totally different from the book or something like this. But as soon as I started reading, I was like, wow, this is very truthful to the book. This is very truthful to the show. Like, they made the show very truthful to the book, and I thought that was amazing because I love when that happens. I can actually talk about the second season or whatever, how many seasons are gonna come, but the first season is very truthful to the book, and it's just totally not what I expected. It's way more, it's about life and friendship and love, and it's beautiful reading. It's just amazing. That book was also another one that impressed me because it's just a lot going on. That's why the book is really big too, but it's beautiful. It talks about their whole life, and it's amazing. Totally love that book, and I totally recommend. Fifth and last book that I am going to be recommending today is The Silent Patient. You might have heard of that one too, but I also read this one this year. It wasn't that recently, I think it was like a few months ago, but it was also mind-blowing. Absolutely, I was like shocked. 10 out of 10 book, because I never in a million years suspected, like, or could see that ending. So absolutely 10 out of 10, 1,000 out of 10 type of book. And you might have heard of it too, because it was very popular, right? Like, I remember people talking about it, and I've seen in more than one book review. I've seen the Jens with Us and The Silent Patient. That's why I wanted to add some books that I haven't seen people talking about it, like this one and All the Children Are Home and Firefly Lane, because I know people talk about the show, but I've never seen anyone talking about the actual book, because I was presenting a rated 2. That it's this one and The Silent Patient that everyone have heard about it. So I didn't want this to be like one of those book recommendations. They click and like, oh, I've heard of all of them. Absolutely not. So I really hope you can take a feel out of this, that you can actually read, and I hope you love as much as I did. And leave your book recommendations, because I'm always looking for new books and books that are not very popular. I really like to find those. And thank you for watching.